Quick story time. Now, this story can be useful for both men and women, but I'm speaking from a man's perspective. So, I used to work at a job with a lot of different people. It was a retail store, and there was this one girl who I used to work with who was considered the most attractive woman or girl in the whole workplace. Now, to me, she wasn't really that attractive in my personal opinion. She was okay, but I wasn't really that interested in her. And I'm not really sure, honestly, if she was at all interested in me. But I'm going to tell you some of the behavior that I had to deal with that kind of gave me a impression that she may have had some type of feelings for me, but I didn't realize it. And some of the dangers that came with these emotions that could have potentially cost me my job. So one time, we were in a lunchroom. At this point, we've already had conversations, small talk, talk about little things here and there. But one time in a lunchroom, I told her that, I don't really consider coworkers my friends. Nobody here is my friend. I don't put coworker and friend. It's not the same thing to me. Now, when I said that, I did kind of notice a change in her facial expression, like she was a little bit upset. Now, from my opinion, I don't feel like what I said was really that bad. But mind you, I was about 5 years older than her. I was probably like 24, 25 at the time, and I think she was probably like 19, 20. So I noticed after that day, certain people in certain departments started having like a issue with me, like they had something against me. I don't know what it was. Sometimes I would come. When you walk in and you can just feel the tension, or kind of feel like somebody's talking about you, or somebody was talking about you before you walked in, and you know it even started kind of noticing it from the management. Just the management just seemed to have like something against me. I didn't know what it was. It's just something was off, right? So it took me a little while to kind of figure it out, but I started to realize that this girl who I told that I don't make friends with coworkers to, I think, or I'm almost certain that she was going around speaking negatively about me to everyone in the workplace. And so much so to the point where I remember I went back into a warehouse, like the store I worked at had like a warehouse or like a stock room, and I saw my name. I saw some graffiti written on the wall, like in a corner, with my name on it, like FUCK and my name, right? And I'm like, why would somebody write that? Who would write that? It was so weird to me, right? But I was like, it has to. But then I thought about it for a minute, and I said, I did have a faint memory of the girl who I'm talking about coming back into the warehouse, playing in that corner, doing something. Like she was back there doing something. I didn't pay. You know how like you, especially when you're at work, you get so busy. You might see somebody in the corner doing something, but you're not paying much attention to it. So I kind of did like a quick glance and just looked over there and just kind of went about my business. So I didn't think much of it. But months later, when I thought about it, I said, that was her. She wrote my name. She wrote FUCK, my name. And I said, why is she so why is she so emotional and so distraught, and just consistently, because she was doing this for almost 2 years. And it's funny because I'm the type of person, I don't say anything. I didn't really say anything. I just kind of roll with the punches, really. I just continued, just doing my work and not saying much. And because I really don't entertain it. I don't, if people are talking bad about me, especially at work, I'm the type of person, I just keep on doing my job. I just clock in, do my work, clock out, go back home. I don't care what anybody's really saying about me, to be honest with you. As long as my numbers are up, as long as I'm punctual and I'm respectful to everybody. I don't care what, because the majority of the time, the things people say about you at work is 99% of the time, 99% of the time, it's based on, I don't want to say rumors, but it's based on assumption the majority of the time. Most of the time, almost 99% of what people say about you at work is based on assumption. It's not based on what they actually know about you. It's about something they may hear about somebody else. You know, people will actually tell themselves things about you and kind of believe themselves. Like a person can look at you and start saying things to themselves about you and believe the things that they're telling themselves, and will actually start to develop a hatred because of all of the stuff that they've been telling themselves about you. It's crazy. It's almost like a mental disorder in my personal opinion. But you know, that job was a long time ago. Eventually, I don't know if she got fired. I think she quit. I think she just got kind of pushed out because she was the type of person she doesn't really do much at work anyway. But you know, I'm you know, now that I'm older and I think back at it, retrospect, I think that she was the type. Like I said, she was supposed to be supposedly the prettiest girl on the job. So I think that she may not have been used to rejection. So when I said that I don't make friends with coworkers, it kind of, I guess, in the back of her mind, she was hoping to be not just my friend, but maybe more than friends, maybe. And when I said that, that kind of, you know, when I said that, you know, I don't consider coworkers friends. When I said that, it kind of killed her on the inside. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Maybe it kind of killed her on the inside, and but then she also kind of took it personally, like I'm personally rejecting her because I told her that, right? So because I told her that, she may have maybe felt like I was specifically talking about her when I said that, referring to her when I said that I don't make friends with coworkers. That's what I'm thinking. And the fact that she was so emotional about it and to the point where she's writing graffiti about me, like that's extremely, extremely off the wall to me. Especially this was going on for like 2 years almost. And you're writing graffiti on the walls with my name, and it's just, it also showed a level of lack of maturity as well. But like I said, she was probably like 19, 20 years old. But even me, when I was 19, I wasn't that immature. If somebody didn't like me, it was whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if a coworker told me they don't make friends with their coworkers, I'm like, I understand that. Like, you know, as long as we can stay cordial and be cool. But if you tell me, hey, you know, I don't really make friends with coworkers. I don't consider coworkers my friends. Me, I would have been at 19, 20 years old. I would have been 100% understanding of that. You know, I understand that we don't really know about each other outside of the job. You know, we just know what we know about each other at work. You know, I just know your name, I know where you work, and that's pretty much it. I don't really, you know, you don't know anything about your coworkers. To be honest with you, you can work with a person for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and y'all go to hang out after work, or you know, you guys do something outside of work and realize they're nothing like they are at work. You know, nobody is. When you clock in, you're supposed to behave a certain way, right? So nobody at work is really being their genuine self, right? When you clock in, you gotta be extra nice, extra, you know, you gotta fit the workplace culture or whatever you call it. You gotta fit you pretty much gotta give the managers or, you know, people in charge, give them what they want. You gotta treat the customers, you know, how the management wants you to treat the customers. So you gotta kind of put on a mask. You know, going to work is a form of acting. In this world, you have to be a good actor to be successful in the workforce. You know, unless you work for yourself, but you gotta put on a mask. You gotta put on a smiley face mask. You know, nobody cares what's going on in your personal life. But that's it. I didn't want to make this video for too long. I just think that she may have secretly had a crush on me or something, but she did not express that. So that's all I'm gonna talk about.